My name is Millard Pippin Jr., after my father, of course. I was born in Portland, Maine, in a private hospital in 1927. I believe at the time we were my parents were living on Fort Williams, but the medical facilities at that time were not available. So as a result, I was born in Portland. So we did live on Fort Williams. We lived there, until the 5th Infantry left, and I guess it was 1940. I mean, we knew that when you heard the chow calls at noon, you were to be home for lunch or dinner. And
so you didn't need a watch because time was kept by the bugle call.
Yes, and you were expected to, if you want to say, respond to that. One time when we were there by the post exchange, the garbage wagon was coming up the hill and being pulled by 2 mules, and they got up top the hill, and all of a sudden the lead mule, which was the mule on the left side, and you could always identify the lead mule because for some reason they would always put a little red ribbon thing on the side of his harness like that. But this lead mule sat down. Just sat down. The mule skinner jumped down from the wagon, around, and he got right face to face with that mule, grabbed the harness in front of him, and his comment to the mules, what he called the mule, and asked in some words like, "Kind sir, what do you think you're doing?" was in the language where, like I told my kids, the leaves turned brown, the acorns fell from the trees, and the grass died.
And did the mule listen?
The mule just put his ears back and stared right back at him and sat there until he felt like getting up.
The fort, and then were sent to Panama. Can you just tell me a little bit of what the story of your family was after that?
Our if you want to say the world as we knew it dissolved. I mean, that was just it. 2 or 3 times I, before I retired, I worked for the government, DOD, and at one time I was working for the Navy, which required me to make inspection tours up to Bath and fly into Portland. And I always would fly into Portland and get my government rental car and scoot over to Fort Williams, places where we lived. And I dug around in the pile. I found a piece of brick from each place, and I brought them home. And a lot of the flowers that grew there in the hospital yard, they were gone. So when we lived at the post, it was neat, well kept, a beautiful place. It was filthy, to be honest with you.